Hi there, myself Arun Prakash, and in this video, I'm going to explain the journey of studying or preparing for the Danish citizenship exam. I recently posted a video about that I passed the Danish citizenship exam, and now I'm going to primarily focus on what did I do to prepare myself for the exam, and what are the steps that I could teach you that you could use and apply to pass the exam. So let's get started. The course or the material that I'm showing you right now is called as Indfødsretsprøve. In Danish, it's Indfødsretsprøve. In English, it's the Danish citizenship exam. In this, I have divided the curriculum into 4 different parts. One being what are the minimum requirements or overview of the citizenship exam. You go in, you will actually see the exam structure, you will see the passing criteria, registration fees, and also what are the requirements to apply for, and important notes. And post-exam, what are the things that you should keep in mind. I've also shared the official website. You can log in and then check. It's almost the same information that I've compiled into this page. You step back, you have preparation for the exam. In this page, you can find a link that directly goes to the official page where citizenship exam is being could be an official material, could also be an audio version of the learning material. It's also containing the previous year exam papers. So I have attached this link in my webpage. The content that is there in the webpage is based on May 2024. So if you're looking at this video past this, probably there might be some updates to some of the information that has been published in the revised versions. So keep in mind that this is May 2024 content. Some of them could be added on, some of them could change, but the history or the information that is about geopolitics more or less is the same. So keep in mind there should be some differences with what is happening currently when you're taking the exam. And before you look into my notes, I want to emphasize the fact that I've spent an enormous amount of time to translate from Danish to English. The reason why I did this is because, of course, we are all fluent, or rather we grasp English better than Danish. And especially me in my condition, I think I communicate literally every day in English. And it's much easier for me to process information in English. And that is why I thought, instead of reading the entire book in Danish, why can't I just switch to English, understand the concept, and then go back and give it a glance in Danish. That worked best for me, and that is the reason why I translated this. And I have organized my notes based on chapters, exactly as it is written in the official learning material that you can download in the link that I mentioned before. And then you also have some of the complex words that I want to memorize or remember, so I took some notes on the go, so you can find those as well. And then I also have previous year question papers, solved question papers in this. Finally, I've also attached a website called Nearly Danish. It's popular, it's also free, where you can take a number of mock question papers and also previous year question papers for the last 10 years. So it's a fantastic resource that I think you should probably know, but if you haven't thought through, then Nearly Danish is something that you should also go and check. So these are some of the prerequisites. I go one step back, you will find my notes. First one being, of course, Danish history. So you can find that there are 2 versions. One is in Danish and another one in English. Let's look at the English version. Almost 99.9% is being translated. There might be some differences depending on how you should use, but the translation is trustable. And I've translated the entire page in such a way that it is exactly the same title, subtitle, and also the context. None of them are changed, including the content and the message. What I also did is, while reading through this article and book in English, I've also made tables. That is a very important part of the entire content that I did. So if you scroll down through the end, you'll find that I've made some of the major points into bullets, into high-level information. One could be, for example, Viking age is between 750 to 1050. Middle Ages 1050 to 1500. Renaissance, 18th century. And then you have tables between these periods. What are the major events and developments that has happened? You can also see both in English and Danish. So it kind of gets you to a point where you kind of familiarize, you grasp the message faster, and also perceive it more easily. So there are different versions of the table, all meant to collect and combine the information into bite-sized pieces, so you could actually read them on the go and try to memorize some of the key dates. There's a lot of dates and numbers and incidents and events listed in the history, which is, to be honest, a lot of information. So making them into boxes, making them into tables helps us. And then you also have history in politics and stuff. So better worth reading in English, and all the way, if you go to my notes on the very bottom, you find the English version with tables. And then of course you have the Danish version, which is a copy paste from the official material. The same story I have used for, let's say, economy. Apart from all these independent topics such as Danish history, Danish democracy, Danish economy, this is where some of the words that are completely new for me, or rather complex, I made sure that I had a list of, let's say, 100, or I think it's more than 200x now, 220 words that I could not recollect on the first impression. So I made sure that I had the translation on. I call them as dictionary. And of course, at the very end of this link, you have different links, one being the official guide. There's also some paid versions of applications. There's also links to schools where you could sign up for these exams. The exam is happening twice a year. So if you're looking at this video, let's say in the month of October, November 2024, November there's a citizenship exam. Make sure to do it at least a month in advance and start preparing. In the future, I'm planning to make a quiz which will be interactive. It's still work in progress. It has not yet been uploaded into the site, but the goal is to have multiple choice questions to engage the audiences to also practice more questions. But apart from these courses, what I would like to also emphasize is the preparation is the most important part. I've not honestly gone through the entire book at the very beginning. The focus was to master the important dates, important timelines. The goal for me was to pass the exam, and to do that, the easiest way is to focus on the previous year question papers. I focused enormously working out all the previous year question papers, single-handedly doing it at least once a day. I sit half an hour, go through one random year paper and try to see what are the topics that I really make blunder mistakes, or topics that I'm completely unaware of. Focus on those titles, go back and make a table and try to recollect. I did this strategy for almost every single paper, and I realized I was mostly struggling to get through poets. I was struggling to get through the dates of geopolitical events, also the names. There's a lot of names. I made a table just because I could not recollect. I made a table to kind of articulate and simplify my memorization techniques. And this material that I've shared with you helps you use it as high level information when you're preparing. And I think every single day counts. Spend at least half an hour, and a day before exams preparation won't help you. It has to come through. But I've invested every single day. Keep in mind, momentum is important. Every single day counts. And then working out on the previous year question papers gives you 50% that you can pass. The remaining 50% is basically through books. Obviously, you have to go through the book at any point. 10 questions, such as 5 value questions and 5 current events, are really tricky. Values especially, because they are very subjective to your culture, to my culture. Think in terms of values, what Danish values are, and try to work on this. There's a lot of guidelines on Danish values in some of the paid applications that I could find. For the current events, the easiest answer should be to watch DR. What are the major events that is happening in the world? And also the political news could also be news within pharma, news within energy, news within some of the inflation and economy. Try to think of these high-level moving events in the past 6 months, and those would help you figure out the current events questions. Could also be sports. Imagine about what are the recent achievements Denmark has done in terms of Olympics, in the Summer Olympics. and also Winter Olympics. So these are something that you should be preparing. I wish you good luck to prepare your exam. The easiest advice is consistency is key. If you're preparing to write the exam in 1 month, every single day matters. Momentum is very, very important. Wish you good luck for your Danish citizenship exam. I hope you pass them in flying colors. Thank you for watching this video. Share this to your friends or families who would be interested in getting to know more about this. See you on another video. Bye for now.